What do you call a ghost in the winter? Casper. Thank you. What did the icy road say to the car? Want to go for a spin? What time is it when little white flakes fall outside the classroom window? Snow and tell. Cute. CoastLife, you're familiar with these bad, cheesy jokes like you see in our joke jar every week. But if you're in the mood for some good, dare I say great comedy, then you want to come on down to the Dream Big Venues in Del Mar. So we're going to introduce you to the folks that make it all possible.
If stand-up comedy has been your biggest dream, but you've never had a space to perform or a crowd to perform to, then Dream Big Venues in Del Mar has your mic ready. Thanks to founder and venue proprietor Dan Bell and a passionate group of comedians.
People come here every week, and some of that, even just on an open mic, just coming to an open mic is like the best part of their week, and it's therapeutic. Comedy came to me at a very dark part of my life, and Tom's organization actually saved my life. And it's kind of like my way to giving back. This isn't my club, it's Del Mar's club. And it's powerful. Like just the opening weekend, just thinking about it gives me the shakes and the chills. And I'm excited to share it with you.
While comedy isn't new to Coastal Delmarva, thanks to Mooncat Comedy, a nonprofit, what began as a mic in a garage has transformed into a buzzing comedic community.
So Mooncat Comedy began 10 years ago in a garage in Milton, Delaware. And it was because when I moved out here, I'd been performing comedy before. I'd performed all over the country, and everywhere I went, it was pretty easy to find an open mic, specifically a comedy open mic. And there was none around here, which was kind of shocking because there's such a strong music scene that, you know, there's all sorts of music open mics out there, but there's just not an outlet for people to practice comedy and do comedy. And so we set up a mic in the garage, and it just kind of took off. And since then, I mean, we've had over, I think, something like 300 comedians come through, both local, professional, people that are on vacation and just want to keep busy and keep getting work in. So that was always kind of the vision for Mooncat, is creating a space for comedians to perform and bringing comedy to the local community.
Whether you're new to stand-up or a well-practiced comedian, Dream Big Venues and Mooncat Comedy have the perfect space for you to spread your wings.
When you're an owner of a business, of a bar, you know, that was one of the pushbacks we often got was, you know, hey, I'm running a family establishment here. I don't want cursing. I don't want, you know, people have a very specific idea of what is funny to them. And so when, you know, that kind of clashes with the ability to, for somebody who's young, crude, doesn't really have a full polished set yet, that's kind of where the friction occurs between a venue and Mooncat, the open mic specifically. And so that's what's super exciting about this spot, about Dan inviting us in and kind of giving us a permanent home, so to speak. Like, he's fed the stray cats enough that we're fully lodged in. He cannot get us out.
Comedy isn't the only act that Dan and Tom are looking for.
Comedy is a very, very awesome art, and I'm like involved in it, and I love comedy. But we are looking for other acts, magicians, poets. We're trying to launch a variety show. It was a part of I used to do comedy at a variety show, so I'm trying to get somebody to take over a variety show. So we're looking for creative people of all kinds. If you look at like some of the artwork, I don't want you to look at the walls too much because we're not fully decorated, but we have local artists displaying their artwork for sale. So if you have any artists that want to sell some of their artwork, as long as it's cool. And like, there's a lot of people that have the opinion of what's cool, so try it out.
If you have an idea and the performing arts are important to you, Dream Big Venues has a home for you.
If I were to say dream big, what Dream Big's mission statement is, it would be to help anybody with an idea. Because if you have an idea, you're already halfway there. Help anybody with an idea to go after it. Because if you don't go after it, you'll never know. And if you never know, that looks like regret. And regret looks like excuses. And don't do that. Yep. So I don't know what we're doing here, but it's pretty magical. And we suggest you check it out. Tickets are selling fast. There's only 50 tickets to each show. It's powerful. Our Monday open mics are free. And come check out, if you want to check out Dream Big Venues for free, come. And if you think you're funny, please sign up. We'll put you on, you'll get your 5 minutes to prove it. And we hope to have you back every week. And then we're going to need a bigger venue.
And just so you know, the Funniest Person on Delmarva contest is still underway. They've got qualifying rounds still in action January 22nd and January 29th. So get up there, tell those jokes, and who knows, maybe you are the funniest person on Delmarva.
It's not me.
That's not me either, although I like to think so. I do want to try stand-up. It is one of my goals.
Yeah,
So I think I will at some point be taking a trip to Dream Big venues.
You have my vote.
Yes, but coming up next on the show, we introduce you to the venue and the people that make it happen. We're going to introduce you to some of the talent, some of the acts you might see at Dream Big. So we'll get to that on the way. Stay right there. We've just introduced you to the two that are making those big dreams happen here at Dream Big venues in Del Mar. But coming up next on CoastLife, we're going to introduce you to some of the entertainment that you may see at these venues.
While stand-up comedy is always welcome at Dream Big venues, it's not the only form of comedy or entertainment you'll see there. A unique performance of live prank calls is the peculiar specialty of this peculiar duo.
We are the Graveyard Goons. We are the post-mortem prank call show where anything can happen. That's what we do. So we prank call people on the internet all over the United States. People give us their friends' number, their family numbers, their enemy numbers. And we call and we mess with them and we project it out into the world. And then we just try to make people laugh. We try to make them feel good.
So what kind of calls do these post-mortem pranksters make?
I told a guy that he got a girl, I was the girl pregnant one time, and he bought it, and his friend was in on it, so that was very interesting.
Watching the Graveyard Goons live is a very different experience from watching them online.
The cool thing about prank calls is it makes a lot of people laugh a lot. But when you've got that disconnect of the internet, right, you can only see emojis of people laughing. You can't feel the people laughing. We've done this 4 or 5 times where we've done a public show, sold out the place, packed it in. And the interesting part about doing prank calls in front of other people is it's the only comedy show that you come to that you're not allowed to laugh while the funny's happening. Because if you do that, you're gonna interrupt the call, you're gonna mess up the joke, right? So there's all this tension that builds up with people just like holding in their guts. And then as soon as the call hangs up, boom, it's these huge pops.
If you love improv, Graveyard Goons are improv at its finest, or its wildest.
It is improv at its weirdest level because anything can happen. We don't know who's going to answer the phone. We don't know what they're going to say. We don't know how they're going to feel. And we don't know how the audience is going to feel about that either. So it's a huge gamble. The whole thing is a giant gamble. It's a lot of fun.
If you're a beginner afraid to make the jump from the crowd to the stage, here's a tip from the pros.
Come out, hit the mic. Hit the mic, try it out. Don't think about it too much. That's what people do a lot. I feel like a lot of people think and they hold that kind of intention for years sometimes. I did it, you know? And then one day you get an opportunity, come out and do it. Here's the worst thing that's gonna happen. You're gonna bomb, and bombing sucks. But if you bomb, then it'll make you go home with kind of like a mission, right? Like, I don't ever want that to happen again. So I'm gonna work and hone my craft and do that. And then when you get those laughs, it's so much more worth it because like you put in the work, you felt the low, and now you get the high.
So if you're ready to pursue your passion in performing arts in front of a crowd, Dream Big Venues is your chance. And don't forget to partake in the Funniest Person on Delmarva contest.
CoastLife, if you or somebody in your house is dying to try a little bit of comedy, a little bit of entertainment, and they need a stage, well, what better stage are you going to find than the one here at Dream Big Venues in Del Mar? Don't go anywhere, though. We've got a little bit more entertainment coming your way when CoastLife gets back.